Hey y'all, it's Brandon with Voodoo Forge, and I got a project video for you. A good friend of mine, one of those friends that you have for 25 years, built a bar in his basement, and it's actually the nicest bar in the county. But he didn't have a footrest around the bar, so he hollered at me about making him one, and this is what I came up with. So we got a little bit of forging, but a lot of fabrication in this one, so check it out. Here's my material I've got. I've got some drill rods, I've got some 1/2 inch square, and I've got some 1/4 by 3 inch flat. This will be the plates that actually attaches flat to the wall. This will be my angle piece that comes up and my straight piece that comes out to attach to the footrest itself, and then I'm making the footrest or the bar out of these. So to kind of explain how this is the room is like this, and the bar sits right here. So what I need is to have the footrest come around here like that. I don't know if you can, how well that shows up on video. So I know that this one is going to be 77 inches and this one is going to be 20. But where it gets crazy is, there's different elements to this drill rod. He works in an industry where they use these, so that's why we're going with this. I want the bit to be against the wall on our drawing here. And then I need this end right here to be on the short, and I'm going to cut it. So I'm going to have to weld these together to get my 77 inch one, and then make my brackets. But the first thing I'm going to do before I start cutting these bars up is I'm going to throw the places where I know I'm going to cut them and normalize them in the forge. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to throw them in the forge, bring them up to non-magnetic, and then let it just slow cool naturally. And that'll soften the steel so it won't be too bad to cut. Okay, this one is going to be good. I can just set this aside to cool. This one, I know I'm going to have to cut it there. I'm going to have to cut it somewhere else. So right now I'll just set it aside to cool. This guy, I know is going to need to be cut there. So I'll go ahead and heat that up. Now we'll set this one aside to cool. Okay, they're going to be cooling off for a while before I can put them on the bandsaw. This is the end with the bit on it. This is going to be against the long wall. So this short piece that I was able to get out of that, I'm not going to be able to do anything with until the weld up. But to clean this up, the easiest thing to do is to throw this in the forge and heat it up. And I'll do that with the whole bar all the way down. And that'll also, maybe I'll be able to get some scale that I can use for texture in this. This bar right here has a slight warp in it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to throw it in the forge, heat it right here, bring it back to this table, lock one end down, and while it's hot, clamp it, let it cool off, and hopefully that'll take the warp out. While this is cooling off, I've got to cut this threaded section off of this one and then kind of polish it up using angle grinders. And then I've got to grind this end to prep for welding. So haul these outside and get to grinding. Woo. The first weld on joining these bars together. Just tacking it right now. Yeah, we'll fill her in good now. Here's our 90. Just tack this real quick. Let's get square. Go ahead and run it. I'm just cleaning up, blending these welds before I make the bracket. Now where our bit keeps wanting to thread off, on the bottom I'm just going to put a little weld to hold it up. Got a 4-jar trademark on here. I busted out the old chop fuller here. These are my components for my brackets to attach the bar to the wall. Got to drill some holes in these plates and then do a little texturing around the edges. And then we'll fab these things up. All we're doing here is breaking the edges. Just giving a little bit of hammer texture. When I come back and highlight this with a flat disc, it'll really make it pop. I've got the plates for our brackets cleaned up, and I've cleaned off where we're welding the 1/2-inch square stock. Got one of them ready to go, so let's go ahead and get this thing welded. Where's my snare? Ah, hang it up where it goes. So I couldn't find it. Oh, not ground in there. That happened again. Now, our piece cut out of 45. Alright, one down. Here's my little trademark voodoo guy. Just tack him on right in here somewhere. And there's that little dude on there. Yeah, so we're getting ready to attach our brackets, and to get it even, of course I'm making sure it's square, but to get it the same height easily, I took a piece of the scrap and have it held at the same angle, you know, with the point up on the welding table, and that should keep everything even. Not gonna work. That is square. I want to fill in this gap right here because I'm going to grind this in a minute. Remember, kids, a grinder and paint will make a welder what he ain't. I wish I had some awesome finishing technique to show you, but I'm just using spray polyurethane. I don't even have my saw set up, so it'll be flipped around here in a minute. I'll get the other side gut. With something like this, it doesn't really matter what you use for a finish. It is going to get worn off pretty quickly because this is a place where feet go. This is where it's going in. My buddy Keaton here is figuring out the height he wants it. It has to be fitted to his bride where she can reach it, so it's probably higher.
Because she's a midget. No. That's good. That's all you're gonna get on that one.
Yeah. But the other 9 should. Before we go any further, let's stand back.
Check that in. Put one in.
Oh, that's good.
Okay. Perfect. Did you check that by any chance?
You want to?
I mean, I don't. That's a heavy board.
Drilling through damn steel. That's my customer Keaton sitting there. How is it?
I'll tell you what, you outdid yourself on this, Brandon. It's perfect. I love the material it's made from because that's something from my past. And I mean, when you got this mounted up, it is solid as a rock. We stand up on it. I mean, it's comfortable. We mounted it the perfect height. I love it, dude. I love it. Thank you so much. I'm so excited. We're used to like leaning down for it, or,
yeah.
You know, or kind of. Now you can kind of kick back, and it does feel good and solid, don't it? I mean,
Yeah, well,
yeah, I love it.
I've never had anything break.
I don't think that's going to be the problem.
Well, y'all, that was making it and installing it, and I'll have another video up Friday. I think I'm back in the role, so next Friday. So, but anyway, y'all behave yourselves.
Hey, folks, this is Keaton, Brandon's buddy. Man, we've had a good time today. Brandon built my bar rail, which I've been so looking forward to. He built it out of reclaimed stuff that I'd give him from my job years ago. Man, I'm way too excited about it. Anyway, he's got a lot of videos, guys. You can subscribe to the channel. You can watch his homesteading channel. You can do blacksmith videos or do a playlist. I mean, he has all kinds of stuff to look at. So be sure to check it out. Enjoy yourselves. Like it, share it, put the word out for Voodoo Forge. Thanks a lot, guys.